Dr. Erin.
Hi, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jess Moyer. This is Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now on Twitter. Good morning, La La Land.
Right, today is all about Transformation Tuesday. We got things transforming, right?
Right as we speak.
Mic drop, remember the mic drop.
That's right. We're going to talk about beauty from the inside out. We're going to also talk with one man about transforming and rocking to recovery. Another woman's going to help us declutter our lives. And another man's journey as body, mind, spirit transformation. Epic stories ahead of us.
Transformation Tuesday, Turn Up Tuesday.
That's right.
That's right, and I couldn't be more excited for these three very special guests we have in-house today. He is the guitarist from the legendary band Korn. He created Rock to Recovery. Wes Geer is in the house. Tracy McCubbin, she is the master of declutterifying. And Papa Joe, he walks in. He's just got so much fatherly love. He is a lifestyle change ambassador. Good morning to you all. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks. Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. You and I, we speak the same language. This is how I start my day. The only truth is love, as Dr. Erin says, right? So on Transformation Tuesday, I'm wondering, what did you do to like start your day? Get it transformed on the right foot. Tracy, let's start with you. What's your morning routine like?
So the first thing I do when my alarm goes off is I list 5 things in my head I'm grateful for. And then I set my intention for the day. Sometimes it's just to get out of bed on the right foot. And then I actually make my bed. I know it seems silly and old-fashioned, but just starting a day with a made bed just kicks you off like ready to go.
Absolutely. Make your bed, make your day. That's what I always say.
I love it. Make your bed, make your day. Fantastic.
Papa Joe, what about you? How did you start your morning?
I wake up with music. First thing, I meditate, and then I put the music on and get my day started and start walking. Put my tennis shoes on and go for a walk.
All right, so what's your walking music? What are you listening to?
Oh, dance music. Gotta make you move.
Yes.
Gotta make you move.
Gotta make
That
you
do
move.
chicka do chicka do chicka do chicka do.
Exactly, which is the perfect transition. Wes, good morning. Thank you so much for being here today. So I'm wondering, what's your morning routine like?
Very similar to Tracy. I get up, roll over on my knees, give some thanks, set my intention for the day, and make my bed. Then I get severely caffeinated to the point where I almost have an anxiety attack. And then I meditate myself back down and kind of connect with the spirit of the universe.
Oh, the caffeine meditation.
Yeah.
I am so with you on that. Cup number 3, and it's like, oh, I have to have a moment.
Yeah, yin and yang, you know?
Exactly, yin and yang. Well, thank you all so much for being here. We're excited to talk to you more later in the show.
It's so funny. Sometimes I'm in the middle of my meditation. I'm still like drinking my coffee. I'm thinking, this is like sacrilegious right now. I'm like stopping the meditation to take the next drink of my
I think
coffee.
whatever works for you. You know, in honor of Transformation Tuesday, I wanted to bring a few products along that really, truly do transform you. One of which being coffee, right? La Colombe is my favorite coffee. It literally transforms the way I feel about life.
Yeah, it's amazing. You just pop the top too, which is the best thing for me.
Yeah, exactly. They have coffee in a
Lazy.
can. I mean, I was introduced to La Colombe in New York City, and oh my God, it changed the whole way that felt. I was so California. I was walking around with a latte in hand. Everywhere I went, I was like, more La Colombe, please.
So good.
And what I love doing now is I add this turmeric into my latte, you guys.
Oh, cool.
We're really excited. So the creator of Golden Glow is actually going to be on the show in Good Morning La La Land, and it's a really great way of actually like doing some good work to your body, not just caffeinating, right? So with
Oh, I
the
love
turmeric,
that.
I mean, you drink a lot of turmeric in your like teas and stuff,
It's
right?
supposed to be an anti-inflammatory, so that's, you know, we're going to get into actually in segment 2 a little bit about that. But speaking of all of our favorite coffee places, I was walking on 3rd, and Joe the Juice is opening another spot on 3rd Street, just a few, like, I don't know, probably 10 blocks from here.
It's really exciting the way the city seems to be transforming, right? Even right here on Robertson Boulevard, there's so many stores that have been closed down for so long, and now there's new life, right? The street is transforming in a way. You know, it's not like the pre-2007, 2008, the crash days. Now it's like, it's young, it's vibrant, there's Blue Bottle over there, the Henry, love the Henry, can't get enough. It's exciting just to see how the city is really coming alive
Well,
again.
and with the sun, it's like, I don't think it got up to 90 yesterday like they thought it was, but it was smoking hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the one thing that would transform my life more than anything right now is like some AC. I am a ridiculous sweater. And what you don't see is in between you know, segments, I run over to the hair dryer and have to blow myself dry again. It's ridiculous.
It's so funny because he always looks like so fly, and he's sitting there with the blow dryer on cool, just fanning himself in between segments. It's so funny. And I want to do another special shout out to Rochelle Godric. She has really, truly transformed the way I feel about myself right now. Been going through a transition and had to move, and you know, I don't have a lot of my things right now. And she was really just like a style angel for me. I was like, oh, I don't even have any more clothes to wear. And this woman came with a suitcase full of clothes for me, and they really just helped me feel like my best self. A dozen tulips, and she said, for you.
Incredible. This transition looks very good on you,
So
Jess.
thank you. Transformation Tuesday. I'm loving it. Thank you, Rochelle.
That color's so gorgeous. It looks amazing on the screen.
Yeah,
So pretty.
she's got a great line called Renewal. So if you want more information about her, you can go to Instagram at Rochelle_Godric. She's got a link to her website there as well.
So I'm so excited for Tuesday because I mean we do Transformation Tuesday on each Tuesday, and we're now really focusing on beauty from the inside out. And we're also, you can hear it now on the podcast as well, which is super exciting.
iTunes.
But transformation is an interesting word. You know, I always thought, what is transformation? Transformation is going beyond what we know, beyond form. And I've always loved transformation. I've been obsessed with it for many, many years just because I thought, what can we transform in our lives? There's something so profound about when something instantaneously happens, right?
So what's the difference between transforming and evolving?
Very different. Transforming happens instantaneously, and evolution can happen instantaneously, but it's happening instantaneously over and over, so we're seeing it transform over and over, hence evolution.
Wow, so it's kind of like a quantum leap.
Yeah, I mean, transformation is like the X factor. If you had a math equation and you change the X, it changes the entire equation of everything. So
Maybe that explains my deep attraction to Transformers as a kid. I was so fascinated by Transformers. I really was. And they totally shape-shifted into something new and cool and exciting, and it didn't hurt that they were sort of cars. Some of them were cars.
We're kind of like Matrix
Obsessed with
too,
cars.
right?
So we have to get you the car then that is the Transformer. I don't know, have you seen that
This is
EOS?
what's Yes.
You're like, oh, it's a coupe. Oh, wait, it's a convertible. It shifts like a Transformer.
It's kind of crazy where technology is heading. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And the more that you read about it, the more you're like, I'll just wait for another year or two to get something really cool. I'll see if I'm gonna get something twice as good.
Rob, just get the wheels.
I know.
Just get the
But
wheels.
it's so fun just shopping. It's so fun.
I know, I've been shopping for a car as well, and my girlfriend, Crystal Rutland, want to give her a big shout out, has UX company. She says, Erin, just wait another year or two because all the technologies are majorly going to change on cars.
Yeah.
So I think there is this holding pattern right now with cars. We know it's going to shift.
For me, I'm kind of nostalgic, and so I got the first year Fiat in 2012 when they came out, and J-Lo brought it to the red carpets at the AMAs, and I loved that little thing so much, and so I'm gonna hang on to it forever. Me and Pearl, we cruise around Los Angeles. She's a stick shift. I didn't even know how to drive her. It took me 4 hours to get from downtown to Hollywood, but it transformed my life, and so I'm gonna hang on to her.
I think it's super cool that you drive a stick shift, Jez. It just says something about you, you know?
It's like I'm in the Italian Job. It's like I'm channeling Charlize Theron now, Drive fast, take chances.
That movie made me fall in love with Mini Coopers.
Yeah,
made me
right.
fall in love. I mean, absolutely. I was already in love with Charlize Theron. So.
Well, we have so many exciting guests. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're talking more about Transformation Tuesday. Stay tuned. I'm Jez Maria, co-host of Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show with my girl, Victoria Simone. What? This was This Week in La La Land. On Monday, we had Society Gale creator Jennifer Jaden. We also featured the Manifestation Babe, Catherine Zemkina, Tracy Tudor Maltas of the $1 Million Listing, and Ali Landry with Reshape, and of course, Mr. Mark Teschner, casting director of General Hospital, making our dreams a reality.
Thanks for tuning in to This Week in La La Land. I'm Victoria Simone. Jez.
It's going to be a good morning.
Bye bye.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land.
Focus TV Network, America's first live streaming daily talk show network with my girl, Jez Moye.
Of Good Morning La La Land. Tell me, what was This Week in Focus?
So last week on the Focus TV Network, we have the Rose Girls with special guest Dana Ward. We had Live It with Tanya Memory, Robert Ferguson, and on that show was Jeannie Buss,
owner of the Lakers here in West Hollywood at the Focus TV studios.
Ali Landry came in and showed us some special, hot, sexy red lips. Aside from our normal lineup, we had Good Morning La La Land, Jez, who was on that show. Jennifer Jane, creator of the Society Gal, the Manifestation Babe herself, Tracy Tudor Malters, a $1 Million Listing, and Mr. Mark Teschner, making dreams a reality on General Hospital. Thanks for tuning in to This Week in Focus. Jez, thanks for helping me out.
I feel like we need our moment.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get to do it.
I had a moment where I said "Good Morning America" in my head.
I really didn't know we were going to film it today. I feel like you could see my nipples.
Russian cabbage soup.
No, just nipples.
Any excuse for me to invite those boys. For a short price of $7,995, you two
Can sit and chat with us. I guessed. That was a really close guess. This is magic.
wardrobe change.
Wait, was it the wrong way?
You know who has an extra bed for me?
ABC! Andy, do we have a microphone?
There she is. Get it. Ricky Rebel style.
Touch my hair.
Live in Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning LALALAND. As you can see from those bloopers, we do not have any fun around here.
Ever.
It is #Transformation Tuesday, and we have some very special guests here with us today who are all masters in some sort of transformation. So I'm wondering this morning, what is one thing you really do that has transformed your mind in a way that, you know, we mentioned meditation earlier, but if you're in a funk, is there a song you listen to, or is there a mantra you say that can just flip that switch for you? Erin mentioned transformation kind of being instant change, right? That's hard for me without the coffee. But I'm wondering if there's that switch you can flip. Tracy, let's start with you.
You know, I think this is going to come up again and again, but for me, it's always when I'm in a funk or I'm feeling like the world's against me or things aren't going my way, I just always go back to gratitude, because I find it's impossible to, when you're in a place of gratitude and when you're thankful for what you have, it's impossible to feel bad. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
I love that. That's beautiful. Papa Joe, what about you?
For me, it's the same as Tracy, but I like to step out in nature. I like to go for a hike. I like to surround myself with nature and just kind of get outside, still with that dance music on though.
Always.
But I like to get outside with nature if I'm feeling like I'm in a funk, or you know, like you said, feel like the world's against you, or you're just having a bad day. If I can break away, I'm outside.
Oh, I'm with you. Sometimes just a little bit of sunshine goes a long way, doesn't it?
Very much so. Oh yeah.
I'm getting a visual view like in a forest. You're like, who's this guy there? And you're just like dancing through the forest.
Oh yeah.
That's great. I love it.
Just moving and grooving through the forest.
I bet there's several Insta stories of that happening. Papa
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah,
People
yeah.
on the hike, they're like,
Is that
"What's
a
this?"
guy dancing over there by that oak tree?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
yeah.
That's just Papa Joe. He's out there every day.
Oh yeah, I'm hugging the tree and everything.
Yeah.
Les, what about you?
Well, you know, I was taught that usually when I'm having issues with life and struggling, that my focus is too much on me. What Wes needs, what Wes isn't getting, what Wes wants, right? It's really about changing my focus. Sometimes it's about picking up the phone and just getting out of myself, but all the things we're talking about is about changing focus, right? It might be meditation, it might be picking up the guitar, it might be going surfing, swimming, but a lot of times it's picking up the phone and just going, hey, what's up with you? What's going on in your world?
It's so interesting that we're here at Focus TV Studios, and this is the Focus TV network, and that world just circles around us, that focus, that intent. It's crucial. It's vital to really get out of ourselves and focus on our community, right? #community powered.
100%.
Helping other people is so huge because it gets us out of ourselves. So if you're in a funk and you're thinking about, oh, you know, my life, I'm such a victim. If I switch it and go, hey, you know, Jimmy, you need some help with something, I feel good. I call it the vortex of radness, right? I'm helping him.
Oh, I like that.
It makes me feel good. I see the reaction of the person I'm helping, and that energy swirls between us.
Ah, that
And
is
isn't
so
it quick
beautiful.
how fast your mind snaps out of it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like changing the radio station. We used to call it KWES or KF blank blank blank. And we changed it from that. K-Love, you can make up.
Well, thank you all so much for being here. We're excited to talk to you more later in the show. I want to give a special shout out to some of our viewers here on Facebook. John Anthony Stipik, thank you so much for watching. He said, so true, you know, it's all about changing the focus. Keyword focus. So thank you so much for engaging with us. If you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, please feel free to contribute to the conversation because we want to engage and include you as well.
Absolutely.
Right.
Love our guests.
So back to me. No, just kidding. No. So Transformation Tuesday. Let's do this thing, you guys. So, you know, we talk about beauty from the inside out on Tuesdays a lot now. And, you know, in LA, we focus a lot on, there's a lot of looks going on. You know, we got to keep it tight and right, if you're saying, you know what I'm saying. But we were having a debate about how much does it come from the outside versus the inside. So, for example, you were talking about your eye creams, right?
Yeah, I'm seriously got a problem with this eye thing. Like, I'm obsessed now. And I had this conversation with my mom, so I'm like trying everything. Iggy started it. Iggy Rodriguez, I blame you, because he came in and was like, hey Rob, you gotta check out this, you know, La Pure thing. You know, the little gels, the gold, 24 karat gold little, yeah.
Are you rocking those?
Things. Yeah, I do. You have no idea. I do those, and then some days I try the charcoal. They're like, do you remember Rosalinda came in?
Yeah, Rosalinda came in with the e.l.f. charcoal.
Yep.
Love those.
Try those. I do collagen, elastin. I've tried, what else? There's something else that I tried. Oh, retinol. I've tried
Skin
ice cubes.
Essence.
Yes.
Skin Essence.
Skin
We love
Essence.
that.
Oh, I
Thank
do
you.
Skin
Okay.
Essence every single day. The Bogavia stuff. I'm seriously addicted, and I've got a major problem. Thank God all that was free.
Okay, so this is the question then.
Yeah.
So how much do you think that's from the outside versus
Yeah.
like how much you're, because you exercise,
Yeah.
you sleep, you know, are happy, which is of course brings your stress down. How much do you feel it is?
So I blame two things. One is my Sundays are like an epic cheat day, and I eat so much salt, it's unreal. So like Mondays, my eyes are the worst. Friday, they're amazing. But it's like,
Okay,
it's the pizza,
interesting.
the burger. It's like go crazy on Sunday. And the other thing is that I love sunshine, you know, and I think that the sunshine can occasionally, you know, it's hard on the skin.
Oh, I love to worship the sun. I am so guilty. I don't want to wear a hat. I don't even want to wear SPF. I just want to soak it up. And now I'm starting to get like those age spots. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it makes me nervous.
Yeah, so speaking of, we actually want to talk about that. Like, so how much do you know, sunbathe? If we're talking about beauty from the inside out, how do we do that? Because obviously we know that the sun gives us vitamin D, and those things are really good for us on many levels, everything from our mental health to having functions happen in the body. But how much, where's that line? And look, I'm not a Western medicine, I'm a doctor of divinity, so you know, consult your traditional doctor on anything that we talk about health-wise in here. But how much is that? You know, they say maybe 15 minutes. What is that? But I agree. I have age spots also from just, you know, we used to literally put on, like, what was it?
Baby oil.
Baby oil
Definitely
and
did
stuff
that.
like that. We used to go
Yeah.
burn
I'll
our skin.
never forget. I was out of baby oil, and so my girlfriends and I rubbed butter all over ourselves in high school. We're really gonna bake, and we did, and we smelled like burnt popcorn. You guys.
So that's definitely a Seinfeld episode, by the way.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
But now a good friend of ours, Jen Lund, she's the creator of Purely. She's got a BB cream that's got SPF 30. So at least when I don't want to feel like I'm wearing SPF, I actually am. So
Yeah.
trickery. in
But
that.
now they're finding more negative effects from sunscreen than they are from sun. So, you know, this is an interesting thing. You know, obviously, I am a true believer that we've been, you know, created perfectly, and there's a balance within all of it. But they do find negative effects from sunscreen. They're finding all kinds of things that cause cancer, that are bad for the skin, that are causing toxins, blah, 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 blah. So
Endless.
it's interesting,
It's
right?
Just go sit in the sun and put a hat on, you guys. I mean, it's not rocket science.
It's endless. I'm, you know, of course, I love science, and it's so challenging. I've literally tracked what science had to say about eating apples for decades. It's ridiculous because they'll say, "Oh, it's terrible," and then it's good, and then it's terrible. It's like, and then I did the same thing with eggs, sunscreen, same thing. I mean, I think you do the best you can and just try to do things in moderation, as Jesslyn says.
Yeah, but I think there's natural things. Like, I just started using charcoal toothpaste, which is hilarious because when you brush your teeth, you're like completely black teeth, and it's like makes a mess in the sink, and
Sexy.
you're like, what am I doing? How's this gonna?
Oh,
be?
I've seen that
But
on
yeah,
Instagram,
But
actually.
it's amazing. I've been using it for a week, and I mean, I think that it does something, and it's natural. So I think that I'm a true believer that there's got to be a natural way for us to have beauty from the inside out, where we can, you know, have all of it. We want it all, right?
Yeah. I mean, I love what Wes was saying, just in terms of sort of connecting and trying to live as much of your life in the vortex as possible, because, and you've mentioned it many times, Erin, that most of the challenges that we experience health-wise are stress-related, which is inflammation.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
you know, being happy helps.
Be happy, live in the vortex of radness,
Love
and
that.
it's going to be a good morning, La La Land. Stay tuned when we come back. We have some very special guests with us, Wes Geer, Papa Joe, and Tracy McCubbin when we come back.
Hello, Los Angeles. I am your host and producer, Alex Worley, filming inside Focus TV's West Hollywood studio. Welcome to Empowerista, a show dedicated to highlighting female trailblazers and empowering you to turn your barriers into breakthroughs.
Hey guys, I'm Amy Paprath.
And I'm Justin Walter.
And this is What's Good, the show that's dedicated to positive, uplifting stories from all over the globe.
Welcome to Good Morning La La Land. I'm Dr. Erin.
I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessa Moye.
And we're making history as the first live streaming daily talk show.
This is where all kinds of shit happens.
Monday through Friday, we are going to be streaming to you live, Los Angeles, at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Alyssa Goodman Show. So Kelly, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Alyssa. This is so fun.
I know.
What's up, Rose girls? I'm Jessica Carroll. Today we're gonna have so much fun because we have fitness personality Katie Austin.
Hey,
we're
thanks for
having
having me on.
with
Cheers.
Katie Austin.
I love it. It
Cheers.
feels like a Saturday.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Millennial Life. I'm your host, Laura Odegaard, and today we are joined by the very beautiful former Miss California and now a TV host, Natasha Martinez. I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
You are tuning in to Slay with Rachel McCourt, and I have a fabulous guest. In studio with me is Liza Glukoff. She's just been named executive producer of programming at Awesomeness TV. I mean, no big deal, but huge. Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
Are we so excited right now?
We are so excited.
I mean,
Thank
we
you for
have
having me.
roses, we have perfect lighting, we've got some Spa Girl vodka in case we get a little crazy.
Hey, Dr. Erin here, teaching universal law and spiritual truth, having a conscious conversation in the heart of Hollywood. And I'm honored to have the guest today, who is Christina Pascucci, who is amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's an honor to be here with you. I so appreciate it.
Today on Moms Matter, we're going to talk about money, 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 something that we all struggle with and we need help with, and that's why we have the fabulous Winnie Sun, who's here with us today.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. I know you've been on MSNBC and Forbes, and you are the money expert.
Hey everyone, welcome back to a new magical episode of Soul Reboot. I am your host, Allison Charles. Please welcome and meet this powerful divine queen whose name is Daphne Wayans. I am so happy to be here with you.
I'm so honored to be here.
Welcome back to the Vortex of Radness.
Yeah, the vortex around us.
Here on Good Morning La La Land with legendary guitarist, the band Korn, creator of Rock to Recovery, Wes Geer. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
You are such a light.
I was thinking the same about y'all.
Oh,
Look at
tell
these
me
people
more.
are so good energy, good looking crew.
Chic. And look at those shoes.
We're
have to
obsessed
point
with
out
the
we're
shoes.
obsessed with
Oh
your
yeah,
shoes.
shout
the
out
shoes.
to Grand Voyage. I hope I'm saying that right. My boy Reno out there hooking it
sick.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
You came in ready to rock. Tell us a little bit about what Rock to Recovery is.
Well, I'm a sober guy, so I went to a treatment center, and we're drawing pictures and doing all this great stuff, but there wasn't music there. And I had my guitar, and I noticed that even people that didn't play wanted to learn how to play a couple notes. And it took us out of that thing we're talking about, right? The poor me, my life's in shambles stuff, and brought us into the moment. So I was thinking, why is there not music in treatment centers as much as I'd like there to be? So I had this idea to form a band with clients, and I go in there and I would write a song with people. So the idea is to bring music, the magic healing powers of playing music, to non-musicians. Non-musicians. So what happens is you give everybody a couple notes and you start talking about a theme. Maybe, what are you struggling with today? What are the challenges your life has? And the song becomes our own, because it's our lyrics right now in that moment. And we all, by the end of an hour, have a song, sing it, play it, and record it.
It's so incredible. We have some footage from your event last year, and it's really something that the community comes together and celebrates.
So the event is, we have a nonprofit where we donate our services to state-funded programs and like Wounded Warriors, places that couldn't afford a music program like ours. And so the event is to support that and kind of spread the message. It's also a sober event, so we bring people out, I mean literally, that were probably shooting dope 10 days ago. Now they're in a treatment center going, what's up with my life? They go to this concert. You got Mike Ness of Social Distortion going, wow, there would have never been a Social Distortion if I didn't get clean in the 80s. And a junkie can see, what? Wow. A cool rock star can lead Social Distortion. And then we party and have a concert sober. And we've just had a great time with it.
We've got some special footage from the event last year. Let's take a look.
All right. Stage, the CEO of the Canyonette Peace Park, the company that helped make this possible from the beginning, Dr. Kathleen Bigsby.
Thank you, Wes. Tonight's about the music, the glory that we experience when our patients have the opportunity to be with Rock to Recovery.
We decided to have an event because we have a nonprofit. The idea is to show people you can have an amazing sober night with rock stars and do it all for a good cause.
Canyon at Peace Park is so proud to be collaborating with Rock to Recovery.
It's time that people that value recovery have to all stand together and bring awareness.
This is an amazing application of music in such a focused way, really aimed on recovery.
There are people that started off their day in rehab this morning, and this is their first sober outing.
Music is a vibration of the heart. It's a common language, and it allows everyone to come together and unite. Music is healing, and it makes a difference.
If you cried out for more, if you reached out for me.
It's that first time you hear that riff. You can feel it in your chest or you feel it in your heart.
The transformative power of music changes people, not just up here, but down in their heart.
There are so many that are struggling. There are so many amazing musicians. And there are so many of us music lovers that feel alone.
Can I help you not to hurt anymore?
This program, it takes away the feeling of being alone, surrounded by people who are doing the exact same stuff that you do. I had my first drink when I was 5 years old. Did my first drug when I was 11. I lost a lot of friends. One day at a time. And every day is a gift.
This concept.
Wow. So beautiful, Wes. You know, growing up in California, I've lost quite a few friends to drugs and alcohol, and I've been in the rooms, and it's a real special thing to watch you put something together that people need, because they need something beyond the rooms. They need something beyond. They need something that is socially feeling like they still have a life in sobriety. So where do you see the industry going? Because I feel like in California, there's many people that aren't even addicts and they don't drink because they're just kind of sick of the chaos around a lot of this stuff. Where do you see the industry going?
Well, there's a shift. I grew up, you know, with that mantra, I'm almost embarrassed to say it, but sex, drugs, and rock and roll, right? That was how it was. It was okay. And my heroes did that. And you start seeing this shift of, you know, people like Chester Bennington, he was sober, and Mike Ness and Corey Taylor. So that voice starts shifting the industry. And the more we can carry the message like we're doing on shows like this and put it out there, I think kids are starting to you know, pick up on that you don't have to be a Lodi to be a rock star, right?
When you were a rock star, what was that moment for you where you decided you're going to flip that switch and transform your life?
When I, you know, crashed and burned so hard there was no other choice. You know, for most people, they won't get out when it's not too bad because they think they can still manage it. Some people do. They realize it's getting pretty rugged and they get out. For me, you know, what you find for somebody struggling with an addiction is we try every possible way to prove that we can control it and keep it going. And a lot of times when you're getting DUIs and, you know, in a fight and maybe a divorce or kicked out of your house, I think those are the problems. For a lot of people, we get so sick that we don't realize it's all stemming from our drinking and using. But again, we don't want to quit. We just, if I could just cut down.
Just tweak it a little
Just
bit.
tweak it a little bit. And then back to what you're saying is, a lot of us feel like our life's going to be over without drinking and drugging, you know, which is crazy because then if you go like, well, how good is your life now? You're 120 pounds, your teeth are falling out, your wife left you, your car's repoed, and your life's going to suck if you quit using, you know? So, yeah, unfortunately it has to get really bad before it gets better. But the voice out there is that there is a solution.
Mm-hmm.
There is one.
What role, because you have such incredible energy.
Thanks,
you just
man.
feel
Me
it when you
too.
walk in, you know, and just absolutely love what you're doing. And I wonder what role, you know, spirituality has played in this. Clearly the music for you is definitely probably like the vortex itself. It's like your channel to spirituality. But what role has faith and spirituality played in this?
It's all of it,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm not into any certain religion. To me, it's an energy game, for lack of a better word. I had to clear out, I use this analogy. You could be in Hawaii, but if you crash your car, you're not going to go, look at the pretty mountains and the rainbows. You're going to be focused on that car crash. So I had to clean up all the car crashes in my life. I had to get them out. I had to purge them. I had to look at my part in my destruction and take ownership of that. And that clean, like it's kind of like a Wi-Fi signal, right? When I have so much drama and chaos in my life, I can't tune into that spiritual energy or the vortex of radness. I can't tune in. When I start clearing away the stuff that's blocking me from that good energy in the world, then I can cultivate it more. You know?
Static.
Yeah, right? So there's a lot of spiritual practices that I learned in the rooms, and you know, they're the same things that everybody's been talking about for thousands of years. They work when we apply them, but it's about a daily routine.
It also works when you pick up a guitar.
That does, yeah.
It really does. And it's incredible that you're working with people in these recovery programs that aren't even actually musicians. But
Right.
they're finding healing through music. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, so, you know, when you're Lodi, an alcoholic, you want to change yourself. You want to change how you feel, and you're always looking outside of you. And what happens when people play music is naturally, organically, what it does to the brain and body chemistry is like a drug. It helps with serotonin, dopamine, cortisol, oxytocin, which is by science called the love molecule. That's released when you hug somebody for 20 seconds, when you sing, when you breastfeed, childbirth. So when we get non-musicians to play music, it's not about being Jimi Hendrix. It's about getting lost in that moment, and then it literally transforms you energetically. And you get this natural high from it. And it's even more profound when you do it with somebody who's never done it and who's really in a dark, dark place. It's kind of like chemistry, right? I was thinking about it this morning when I couldn't sleep because of my jet lag. You know, you can think of chemistry and like, you know, pouring two potions together where you have to take one that's really dark energy and you take this other one that's just like magical, transformative energy of playing music together, and you put it in there and it trumps everything. I've seen people come in going, I'm dope sick, why am I in this stupid music group? And we gave this guy a little pink shaker, and by the end he was just feeling it. We call him Mr. Pink. And by the end he was like, I don't feel dope sick, I want to live, you know? And I was like, wow, this works better than I thought it did.
Well, how does that make you feel?
I mean, just good, just fulfilled, you know? For me, you know, I get to play on the biggest stages, and it was the greatest gift. But there's nothing like living a fulfilling life. Instead of like, listen to my new single and all this kind of stuff, walking out of a garage that was a rehab and watching people transform, come in dark and depressed and leave all pumped up after we just sang our hearts out is a high unlike anything I've ever experienced. And it motivates you to want to do it more and more.
I just absolutely love that. How would you describe the difference between fulfillment and like that ego stroke? What is it?
The ego stroke is never ending. It's like, I don't know if any of the viewers out there have done cocaine. It's a line after line. You're never going to get enough. And the ego thing, you're never going to get enough. What, another good picture, another good autograph you sign? You know what I mean? You have a single that does well, you need another one. The fulfillment is a high that lasts days. You can look like this. I could tell you the story about this necklace right here, but when you hear somebody like, you know, I want to live now, and you watch them go from just haggard, like bums on the street, to a new car and feeling good, that high is always there for you to go back to. And that's kind of cool about the Rock to Recovery thing too, is because we write that song and we watch on SoundCloud as people go back to listen to their song again and again. That moment is captured in time, you know.
That's priceless.
So how can people find you? So you work with outpatient. Where do you work with exactly?
We're everywhere. We're an ancillary service that integrates with treatment programs. We work with addiction treatment programs and mental health and eating disorders. We have a contract with the Department of Defense, flying around the country to work with wounded warriors. Wow. So we work with people with PTSD and TBI, which is traumatic brain injuries. We just basically, once it was working, it was like, where will this not work? Let's keep trying it. And so far, everywhere we put it, it works. I mean, which is kind of obvious, right? Music is that thing. It's a magical force that I truly think we spend far too little time really exploring how powerful music can be in people's lives.
I completely agree. It's like the universal language. It's the one universal language. And it's the one thing in my life that's always been able to shift my emotion immediately.
Immediately?
Immediately.
Yeah.
Love
yeah,
that.
it's good stuff, huh?
Where can people find you?
Oh yeah, that was the question, right? Forgot that part.
Because you're focused on anybody else.
Yeah.
Vortex of madness
He's purpose-driven, yeah. That's what happens.
Or just jet-lagged and ADD. You can find us on rocktorecovery.org. It's RockTO Recovery. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on all the social media channels.
And there's a great event coming up.
Right, in September we'll do Rock to Recovery 3. I can't tell you who the star is that yet that we are going to honor, but it'll be a couple of them. We always have like the who's who of rock legends come out and play. It'll be at the Fonda Theater in September. That's what I can tell you. So look for it online. Come out, support a great cause.
And Good Morning LaLaLand will be there on the red carpet covering
That's
it.
right. Good Morning LaLaLand.
Vortex of Radness.
Yeah,
Thank you
it.
so much.
Thanks for having me.
All your work.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, thank you. So speaking of decluttering your life, when we come back, we're going to talk about decluttering our life. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Focus TV studios in West Hollywood. I'm Jasmine Moyer, host of the Focus TV network show, LA Unscripted, and co-host of America's first live streaming talk show, Good Morning LaLaLand. This is the Focus magazine preview show in an exclusive sneak peek. Today, I have the privilege to announce the March 2018 issue of Focus magazine, and we're calling it the Influence issue, featuring amazing personalities making a difference in our local communities. On the cover, we have singer-songwriter and host of Chasing Glory podcast, Lillian Garcia. I had the extreme honor of both interviewing her and writing a feature for the magazine on Lillian. She's truly an influencer on so many levels. Joining her on the cover is my spiritual influencer and co-host of Good Morning LaLaLand, Dr. Erin Haskell. And with her is a true professor of influence, Amanda Russell. Also featured in this issue, we have the constructional chef, Scott Harris, executive chef from the Four Seasons Hotel right here in Beverly Hills, Byron Thomas, and two members of the Focus TV family and dynamic duo of lifestyle influence, Janet Gunn and Melissa Myers.
Also in this issue, we feature Lauren Everts, the founder of The Skinny Confidential. Hello, gorgeous! And the candle makers Elise Fratto and Maylene Weber of Leone Candeli, which is, of course, right over there. And Cynthia Abbey Naked, who I interviewed for my show, LA Unscripted, and she is the founder of a great piece of functional jewelry from the Coley Collective. We also have a celebrity chef, Serena Poon, and her new product, Just Add Water, in a series of 4 mom influencers from our millennial mom herself, host Jenna Barnett. It's all influence, influence, influence in this issue of Focus Magazine. Get your copy today on newsstands or online, and be sure to watch our companion video features as well, because we are the only magazine in the country providing a robust video complement to our print features. I'm Jessica Moyer, coming to you from the Focus TV studios in West Hollywood. Thanks for watching.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are honoring #Transformation Tuesday, and we have the queen of it, Miss Tracy McCubbin, in the house, creator of Declutterify.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm so happy to be here.
We're so happy to have you because it's all about transformation, and I really need to transform my space to transform my mind. Or is it the other way around?
Well, I think it's a combination, but I definitely see a correlation. You know, it was interesting, Wes was talking about the things he had to purge in his head to kind of have forward movement in his life, and I think that we see that with our spaces. You know, I go into so many clients' houses and they're stuck and they just don't understand why, and you go, well, you have piles of, you know, magazines going back 10 years, maybe that has something to do with it. You know, you have piles of photos of like 6 ex-boyfriends, maybe that has something to do with it. So it's about kind of identifying what's getting in their way of living the life they want to live.
You've created the #1 home organization company here in Los Angeles. What makes your service so unique?
So that's a great question. I consider myself a declutterer first and an organizer second. So, you know, there are lots of organizers out there who can put things in pretty bins and make perfect labels. But for me, I feel like until you purge and until you declutter, you can't be organized. So I'm approaching at it from a much more holistic sense. Like, let's look at your home. Let's figure out what works for you. Let's figure out what, you know, for example, I always say to my clients, you know, can you get dressed and get out the door easy in the morning, or is your closet just a black hole of, you know, indecision? So it's about creating a home that makes your tools and helps you start your day.
Wow, just love that.
So what does that look like? Because I'm a very, or if someone went in my home, they'd think it's very organized. I don't have clutter or whatever, but I'm telling you, there are pieces in my closet that I cannot let go of, that I may wear once every 3 years. I think I just might need that on that one occasion. How do you get somebody to like release that? Like,
well, first of all,
let it go, girl.
First of all, I'm not a monster, so if you really love it, we can keep it. But it's about looking at, if your closet is successful for you, if it's organized and you can find everything, then you can keep those pieces. But if your closet's so full that you have clothes stacked up on the chair or on the bed, or my favorite is clients who have a like an elliptical or a treadmill in their bedroom, and I'm like right in the middle of the bedroom, and I'm like, well, do you use this every day? And they're like, oh, sure, I hang my clothes on it. So it's about looking at, I call it livable organization. Is it working for you? You know, I'm a single person, I live in a loft in downtown LA. I have a very different life than a family of 3. So what's working for you? So if you have room in your closet and you like, and those pieces make you happy, then let's keep them.
Got it.
Love that.
I love
so
that.
a huge part of it is about utility, like what works for people, and I feel like part of it's also about the energy, right?
100%.
Yeah, so can you talk a little bit about that?
You know, it's interesting how stuck people get. You know, what I always say, and this is hard for people to wrap their brains around, but what I say is stuff innately has no meaning. You imbibe the meaning on it. So if you're an incredibly sentimental person, then all of a sudden, oh my God, I got this magazine here, and then that coffee cup she touched, and you know, and what happens is you bog yourself down with all of that stuff. So it's about acknowledging that you imbibe the meaning, and then when you realize how much power you have in that, it makes it easier to let go.
Wow. What a fantastic goal, because it applies to all of life.
Yes.
Right?
Completely.
Because you grew up with a hoarder, right?
I did. I am. Yeah, my dad. I'm the child of a hoarder. So
what was that like?
You know, it's intense. It was kind of, you know, hoarding disorder is something that they've just recently acknowledged. They used to think it was a symptom of OCD. And so, you know, back kind of in the 70s, it was like, well, he's just eccentric. And I come from other family members, it's passed genetically. And for me, what it was is that I just watched someone struggle with their relationship and watch them. I think of hoarding sometimes as an addiction. You know, I think we get hits of dopamine. Look, when we go shopping and something's on sale, that's a big hit of dopamine. You know, when that Amazon box or that guilt.com box shows up, you're like, someone sent me a present. So I think it's about, the hard thing with hoarding is that it's so out of their control. And what I say to people in regards to clutter is be accountable. Right? Be accountable. Like everyone's like, how did all this stuff get in here? And I'm like, well, you brought it in, you bought it. So it's about, as with everything, an accountability to our actions.
So we don't have a lot of time, but just give us real quick, like, okay, I've hired you, come into my house, where do you begin?
First thing we're gonna identify is what area is stuck for you. Okay, do you wanna have dinner on your dining room table, but you can't because it's stuck with papers? Do you wanna get dressed in the morning? You know, what's the area that's stuck? And that's what I always tell people, is kind of spend a couple days, where am I stuck? And then we'll break through that.
Got it.
And if people want to work with you, how can we find you?
I'm all over social media, Tracy_McCubbin on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm at tracymccubbin.com. I'm on Facebook.
And you have an exciting new book coming out spring 2019.
I do. Yes, The Clutter Code, the 7 emotional blocks to why we can't get rid of our stuff.
Ooh, great title.
Yeah.
You're going to have to come back to the show when the book is released.
I'd love to. It's fantastic.
Gail, thank you so much for being here
Thank
and sharing
you.
your
For
all your work.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with Papa Joe, a transformational ambassador. Stay tuned.
Good morning, La La Land. We are so honored to have Papa Joe in the house. Talk about transformation. You lost over 250 pounds in 18 months. Tell us a little bit about
Actually, now it's 275.
Wow.
Yeah. Over 275 pounds.
Yeah. What an incredible transformation you've made. You came in with a pair of jeans. Let's show the pants.
Show the pants. I mean,
look at this.
That's incredible. That is incredible. If it multiples of you in there.
Wait a minute, let's see. Can,
that's incredible. So what was the moment for you that sparked this transformation?
Well, I saw myself in my first music video called Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. It became a top 10 Billboard hit. When the video came out and I saw myself how big I was in the video, I said, that's it, you gotta change yourself.
Wow.
So I had to figure out a way to change my lifestyle.
Where'd you start?
From the bottom, honestly, from the bottom. I started from rock bottom and just had to figure out a way that I was going to exercise. I was unemployed at the time, being a musician. So I couldn't afford a gym, gastric bypass surgery, or any crazy diets like that. So I said, okay, what's the easiest exercise that you can do at 475 pounds? And that was walking. So I grabbed my tennis shoes and my dance music and I started walking.
Wow. Was it hard to walk? For like how long?
First time around the block, just drenched in sweat. Wow. And I lived on a hill, so I had to climb to the top of the hill in order to get back home. And that first time around, it killed me. But then I said, you know what, let's do it again. Day 2, let's get back on it. And actually what Tracy was talking about, being accountable for your actions and yourself. And I knew that I had to get this weight off of me once and for all.
Now you're in the vortex of radness.
Yes, yes.
So from what I understand, you couldn't afford to go like to Whole Foods and get a bunch
Correct.
of. So you went to the 99
Yes.
cent store, and there are some organic things there. Yeah,
There really is. I mean, people sleep on 99. You have to. I mean, you can't sleep on 99. I'm telling you. But you know what? Though, I was like everybody else. I'm like, I'm not shopping at the 99 cent only store. You must be crazy. But then it was like, you know, then I went there and I saw that you had fruits and vegetables. I was like, oh, this is like a godsend.
I didn't know, so it's nice to know because I wonder because it's only for like the wealthy people that go to get all this good food. I go, how are people doing it? You know, it's not cool at all. So that's so good to know.
And I shopped there for $40 a week.
Wow.
Wow. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Transform your
Yeah.
body and
Yeah.
your
And
budget.
your budget, yes.
Now tell us, you've got this great hat.
Thank you.
This incredible brand, Electric Nico. Tell
Yes.
us a little bit about it.
It is my new motivational superhero. This is the person who I want to be. I want to be hopeful. I want to be inspiring, and but it's also about giving that message out there. I'm turning it into an animated series and a cartoon and a comic book right now, and it's just really about new black superhero, but also about empowering yourself. When I put this shirt on, it helps me it gives me hope. It gives me hope. It gives me passion. I get excited about life. Because I'm wearing an Electric Negro shirt. Hello, it's a novelty shirt. I'm like,
and this is in today's world with electronics. This is an epidemic. We've got major obesity and
Correct.
things going
It is on the rise.
and really just people are sitting around. We're not supposed to sit around like we sit around. Tell us about, you were telling me on the way to the show today, you took an Uber. Tell me about that story.
I took an Uber and the driver was said, so what are you doing today? And I told him that I'm doing a Transformational Tuesday. Good morning, LALALAND. I was promoting. I was promoting.
So you're checking the mail soon.
Exactly. So he tells me about his 14-year-old son who's 300 pounds, 6'4", 300 pounds, doesn't know how to get started, and he's a trainer. He was a trainer. He was a trainer back in the day. So it was like he was asking me, how do I get started? And I should know this because I'm a trainer, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to tear my son away from video games. I said, well, you got to work with it. You've got to. My advice was, find out something that he's going to enjoy. He goes, oh, well, he loves basketball. Okay, well, get him out there running, get some drills, get him in camp, or get him in, you know what I'm saying, or join a team. Get involved, just to get him started and kind of break away from TV and electronics and everything else that's kind of like invading our...
So how much walking did you do per day? After you built up, how many hours? An hour, 2 hours? How many hours a day?
Up to 5 miles a day, rain or shine. Well, we're in sunny California, hello.
2 days out of the year.
2 days a year, yeah, I'm like, all right, we got this. But again, I throw on my shirt and just to empower myself and started motivating people within the neighborhood. And it was really helpful to get outside and see people and just to and my trick was every time the track went up on the charts, I would go to the magazine stand. I would walk a little further to the next magazine stand to go buy the Billboard magazine and bring it home with me so that I can appreciate that accomplishment.
Ah, that's so cool.
Thank you.
That is so cool.
Thank you.
If people want to connect with you and get empowered, motivated, and inspired, where can they follow you?
Everywhere is Papa Joe Aviance. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Papa Joe Aviance.
And download that on
Yes.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, the music's on SoundCloud and iTunes and everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, but it really is about, for me it was about, because I'm not going to be on a fitness magazine, know that. But it was about living a better
Wait, but you're at Billboard magazine.
I know I'm a Billboard, but I mean, it's not fitness. It's not, that's where I'm at now. I'm kind of venturing off into that area because now I work with the American Heart Association. I'm their brand ambassador for the American Heart Association. I do their lifestyle, I'm their lifestyle change ambassador. So they have me outside, just trying to pump up the crowd to get them walking on their LA walks that they do here in the city. Make sure you sign up for one.
Well, they couldn't have a better ambassador or superhero. Thank you so much for being with us
Thank
here
you
this
so much
morning.
for having me. I appreciate it.
Incredible honor.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be back for
Thank you.
a little more on Good Morning LaLaLand. Stick around for a minute.
Land. I'm your host, Wesley.
Stealing our job. That's pretty good.
Trying to.
We're
trying.
in the vortex of radness. I'm pretty much obsessed with that.
I love that you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for being here today, creating this vortex of radness and Transformation Tuesday. It's really incredible and very inspiring.
Right? Bringing transformation to the world all day long. You guys are very inspirational. So touched by all of your stories.
Thank you.
Same here. Thank you. And I
Likewise.
got a little present for you.
Oh,
Look at this. Look at this. Saved my
so
soul
cool.
and rock and roll.
Oh, that's so cool.
You know?
Here you go. Here you go.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna rock this one.
Yeah.
When I'm jogging, when I go on a walk.
And I'll take care of my.
Yeah, we got that too. I got you covered. Don't worry.
Oh, wow. I'm all suited up today.
Awesome.
You guys are so styly.
That is so cool.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Hashtag Electric Negro.
Yes, I got you. I got you. That's what's up.
I love that. So, okay, you guys, Tuesday, what does the day look like? What are you guys going to go do now?
Eat some food.
Actually, I'm going for a hike. I've got a hike scheduled this afternoon.
Where?
I'm taking a group of hikers out to Runyon Canyon for the first time.
Nice.
So as
That's a
part
hard
of,
one.
Huh?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's tough, but I actually like to take tourists that come to California and just kind of share the experience with them and just kind of walk and talk.
The first time I went up to Runyon Canyon, I was cracking up half the time because all the girls and all their makeup and all their little chihuahuas running up. I was like, wow, we're in LA.
Yeah, welcome to Hollywood.
Yeah. That's my favorite reasons to go right there. Just the people watching is great.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go on a hike by myself, save my soul with rock and roll,
Exactly. There you go.
put on some corn, and work it out. Maybe cry it out. Just
Cry it out.
Top of the hill. Heck yeah. Right? It's all about transformation. She said I had to declutter my mind if I was going to declutter my space, so I got to get rid of those car crashes, right?
That's right. That's right. Get them
Working it
out.
out.
Get them out.
Yeah.
Decluttering, I think it's the best way to like shift. If anything's going on in your life, just go through your house, declutter, everything changes.
Yep, I always tell people if you're stuck at something, just declutter a drawer.
Purge.
Turn the music up.
That's it.
Exactly.
Get out of here. Be electric, you guys. We're
Yes.
at Good Morning LaLaLand, America's first live streaming daily talk show coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. It's going to be a Good Morning LaLaLand.
Have a great one.
Great day.
Thanks so much for everything.